I'm so excited. This is, honest to goodness, been the most exciting couple weeks of my life. To think that that's what's really happening, you know, inside her and what she's building is crazy. And I'll tell you what, when she told me, I was floored. And I was so excited. So excited. We've been wanting this for a while, and I can't wait to meet our kid. I can't. I'm really excited. And she is too. Your mom's very excited. And we're gonna kick together. We're gonna kick butt together, I'm sorry.
Hello lovely humans, welcome here. Today I'm really excited to be recapping my first trimester. I am going to be just chatting about it, but also it's going to be a lot of footage that I've captured throughout the first trimester, so it's going to be a little bit of a mismatch of both. I'm really excited to be recapping this first trimester because honestly, I was not prepared for a lot that went on during this first trimester, and honestly, I think it's good that we kind of put a lot of it out there. There's also some things that are kind of important to know going forward with my pregnancy, just a couple little hiccups, if you will. So I'm just going to kind of jump right on in there. I don't want to do too much of an introduction because I feel like this is already going to be a longer video. I'm going to try and condense it as much as I can. But starting off, I found out that I was pregnant on July 10th, 2023, and that was a shock. Like I said in the last video, I did not expect to be pregnant. I did not think that the test was going to like pop up. To be honest, we had started trying for a baby when we got married, so August of 2021, so that's almost 2 years of trying. And I'm not going to talk too much about that in this video. I'm going to make another video which is kind of like a post IUD fertility update, and you can please leave me all the questions that you have down below. Message me, DM me on Instagram. Yeah, that's going to be a whole separate video. So July 10th, I woke up, I took a pregnancy test just because I realized, again, remembered we gone to the baby shower. I realized that I was like fully missed my period like by like 7 or 10 days. So decided, yeah, okay, we will try this time. And like I said in the last video, I've gotten some false positives. I've gotten some like late periods. We're gonna get into that in the other video, but was not expecting this to be positive. I didn't have any symptoms leading into this at all, like none. The only symptom I had was no period. That's it. So obviously the test was positive. I am really fortunate. Nova Scotia's having a a family doctor shortage right now. So I'm really fortunate to have a family doctor. I was able to call into them, let them know that like, hey, I think I'm pregnant, which was kind of funny because I had just called them the week previous to just kind of let them know like, hey, I've been trying for 2 years. It's not working. I think that I need to get like my hormones or something checked out. So it was just kind of funny that I had just made the call last week to kind of get this started of like infertility, like serious infertility in the works. So I called them saying like, hey, we can cancel all that, and I think I need to like move forward with something else. Like I just took a pregnancy test, and well, I took a bunch and they were all positive. So they got me in there that day. They were really great. They always have like emergency slots, so they just slipped me right in there. I had a nurse practitioner sit in as well. They booked me for some blood work. They gave me the blood work, and then I was off. They also referred me to a family OB, and I love my family OB care team. They are fabulous, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I'm really glad that they're on my team because when I went to go get my blood work done, got it all done. Blood work doesn't really go well with me. I don't have the best of veins. I'm sorry if that is uncomfortable for you, but yeah, it doesn't go well with me. I tend to, anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. Not great. So I did the blood work, and then I get a call from the OB's office. I hadn't even like met them yet or talked to them yet. They just kind of called me and said, hey, just wondering, is there any more blood work that your family doctor got you to do, or was like that first batch just it? But I told them that that was the first batch, that was it, that's all the blood work I had. So they let me know that like my family doctor had forgotten to click the HCG, which is the hormone in your blood that tests if you are positive or not. So I had to go back and do some more blood work. So another repeat test, which was really fun. I had a amazing phlebotomist this time. It was quick, painless, and it was just like one thing that they needed on the blood work form, so nice and easy. Got the HCG done. Yes, I am very pregnant. I found out again July 10th, and they estimated that I was 4 weeks along, which was a shock to me. I was like, no, I'm not. Like, no, because I hadn't had any symptoms yet. Flash forward a couple weeks, even like later that week, the symptoms began. I was starting to get some of the morning sickness, all day sickness. It's honestly kind of like you're just like a bad hangover, like a bad hangover where you're just nauseous. Food looks icky all day long. I was eating like dry toast. I was trying to get some like scrambled eggs in just for like the health of it. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. Like, I just didn't want anything at all. Dane was really helpful in that. He really just kind of like made me whatever I could bear to eat. It wasn't a lot. So that was starting. I was also starting to get really tired. If you notice in the video, like my dad said, like, I knew it. And that's because the week of July 10th, we ended up going to the cottage for like a family vacation that weekend, and I took a nap and I wasn't drinking, but I like had like I had water in a gin bottle, and I was like drinking that so like people wouldn't be like thrown off. My dad knew though. My dad knew because like I took a nap during the day, and that never happens. I'm not a napper. Now during this pregnancy, I am a napper though. That was a big thing. Like, I'm tired, so that was kind of like his clue. Like, I wasn't eating what I normally eat either. A big change for my diet. I was craving meat, and that honestly, I don't even like it saying that. Like, it sounds weird to me. I was vegetarian for like 2 years of my life. I'm not anymore, but anyway, I don't even eat that much meat. Like, before my pregnancy, I didn't eat that much meat, but like all I was craving were like burgers and bacon and like taco meat and like barbecue chicken. Like, now I'm hungry. I'm still craving meat. I'm craving more chicken than like, I went through a big hamburger phase, which was really funny because like, it's really not like me. It was really so abnormal to me to be craving like hamburgers and stuff, which is so weird. But yeah, that was a big craving of mine, was just meat. So I was like eating a lot of meat and everything like that, and that was like, he totally, yeah, he just knew. It is what it is. So symptoms wise, I would just really like highlight that like around like 6 weeks to 10 weeks, it was maybe honestly 6 weeks to 12, 13 weeks, I was just really like nauseous. I was tired. I was, yeah, just not cranky, but like anxious. I was just anxious. I have anxiety. I have depression. It's something that I deal with daily. And honestly, this kicked it up a little bit. I was so scared for little Bubba, like so scared. I was so sure that something was wrong, that I was going to have a bad pregnancy, that something that I wouldn't create a healthy baby, like just something bad would happen. And there's a lot of fear in that. So I am out for my daily preggy walk. My little preggy buddy, and I wasn't feeling the best today. I'm gonna be honest. I was just really kind of sad and discouraged. I feel like I really just need to have faith that baby is going to be healthy and that baby is going to be okay, and I'm building a healthy baby. It's just scary, you know? It's really, really hard. I'm just kind of thinking like, I'm gonna show you the fall colors, I'm gonna show you snow, I want to show you everything, and it's kind of making me feel a little bit better, so that's helpful. But I feel like it's going to be a lot of forced positivity, and that's okay. I can force it. We are making it. Just like talking to baby and kind of trying to force myself to process a little bit, or encourage myself to process, because we're being gentle with ourselves. Feel better in nature. It's really, really nice. So maybe this is where I kind of need to be to process this pregnancy. I went up until 10 weeks until I got my first ultrasound. I understand why, because like they're literally just like a little tadpole before then, but like it was just reassuring to me to get that 10-week ultrasound to see that like, okay, they're in my uterus, they're not in like my fallopian tubes, they're like doing well, they're measuring okay, like we've got a little heartbeat going. Okay, I started to breathe a little bit after we got the ultrasound. I literally like cried because I was like, you're real, you're actually there. So that was a big weight off my shoulders. So the scary feeling started to drop off after I got my first ultrasound at 10 weeks. And we did confirm that I was 10 weeks, which is really funny because I was totally doubting that I was that far along. I was like, there's no way. I'm like 8 weeks. There's no way that I was pregnant for like 4 weeks without knowing. There's no way. Yeah, there was way, because like I was 10 weeks and 1 day at the ultrasound. So she let me know that yes, what your doctor guessed was accurate. Shocked my mind. Like, I'm shocked. Kind of went on with that. At that ultrasound, I didn't know at the time, but they told me later on, I did have a little, I'm gonna butcher this, so I'm gonna put it on the screen here, but it's a subchorionic hemorrhage or hematoma, which is basically, it's a bleed that is between your placenta and your uterine wall. So it's not in the placenta, it's like outside of the placenta and your uterine wall. So it's just like a little tiny bleed. Mine was only 6 millimeters, which is great because it's like really small. So they weren't really that concerned about it. They just wanted me to know that like, okay, like take it a little easy. And that's why in my first trimester, I did not work out very much. I walked a lot and did some yoga, but that was about it, just because I was nervous. Don't want any like, anyway, I don't even want to get into it, but like I was nervous. So that happened. I also, when I went to my first OB appointment, which was, I'm gonna forget, but I'm gonna put it on the screen here. They ended up talking to me about like my whole medical history, and because, and this is a good thing for like if you have ulcerative colitis, if you have an ostomy, and if you have a J pouch. I have ulcerative colitis, I have an ostomy, I have had a consult for a J pouch. I currently do not have a J pouch. My ostomy is still very much there. I notice it all the time. But basically my ulcerative colitis kind of bumped me up into the higher risk category, as well as I had a portal vein thrombosis, which like cut off the blood supply to my liver, and that bumped me up to the higher risk category. So I was going to be bumped up to a prenatal care team at the hospital that we have here in Halifax. And honestly, I will take all the care that I can. Like, it's really convenient. There's been a lot of appointments. I've had like 2 appointments a week, counting the blood work and everything. But that's literally just because we need to keep an eye on things, keep an eye on baby, keep an eye on me, and I totally understand. So if you do have ulcerative colitis, you probably will be bumped into that category. I met with my care team there, and they did let me know. There was some confusion because I had the consult for the J pouch. It was in my chart that I had the J pouch. So I was told at that appointment that I would have to deliver via cesarean section, so C-section, and that kind of crushed me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, like no shade to C-sections, like absolutely none. I've just been under the knife, not the knife, but like laparoscopic surgery, like intense laparoscopic surgery, and like I just really didn't want to do that again. Like my colon removal was enough, I'm good. So I was really just really bummed to hear that I would have to get that done. And again, no shade, nothing bad. There's nothing bad about getting a C-section. It just wasn't what I wanted. I wanted just a normal, natural, C-sections are normal too, sorry, but like a natural birth. Just once in my life, I would like for my body to just be able to do things the way I really wanted it to be done. So there was some confusion there. So if you do have a J pouch, just be aware that you probably will have to deliver via cesarean section. And it's, again, not a big deal. It's good to know going into the J pouch surgery, because I didn't know that actually. Like at the consult, they didn't tell me that I would have to deliver via cesarean. So that's good to know now. I probably will wait to get the J pouch surgery until after I'm done having children, because again, I don't need more scarring. We don't need more like adhesions going on. Like I'm good with the adhesions and the scarring that I have now. Well, and like honestly, if I do end up having to deliver via cesarean, that's okay. It is what it is. Like as long as baby is healthy, it's fine. But I would like the opportunity for a vaginal birth. Like I really am glad. So he called me the next day and said like, oh my goodness, I just went through our notes, and because I did have a student that kind of did like the physical exam, I forget what he is, I'm gonna put it down there too. There's so many terms, but basically he didn't check me out physically, the student did. So she noted that I still had the ostomy, but in my notes, like the chart said that I had the J pouch. So that's why that confusion happened. But then he called me the next day and just let me know that like, hey, okay, you're good. You can like still qualify for a vaginal birth so far. So that's the plan so far. Now back to the original appointment with my just like OB family care team, because I am going to be cycled between the two, just because high risk team and my low risk team, I like them both. So I'm going to be cycled, which is great. I, again, love the care. That's great. But yeah, so during this appointment with my OB team, that was just like the normal OB family team, they did let me know that because of my portal vein thrombosis, I would have to go on blood thinners, and I can't just go on regular like rivaroxaban or warfarin like tablet blood thinners and get like my blood work checked. I'm unfortunately going to have to go on rivaroxaban, not, oh my gosh, go on Fragmin. Baby brain has started. Baby brain has started as of like 2 weeks ago. So 13 weeks, I'm just buffering up here. I'm buffering. So I'm on Fragmin currently. I've been on Fragmin since, I can't keep track of these dates. I'll put it down here too. So I've been on Fragmin. We're doing the injections. Dame has been really great with doing the injections for me. When I go to work and I have an overnight shift, I do the injection myself. I'm not gonna lie, they hurt. They hurt. Sometimes they don't hurt. It's just kind of like luck of the draw, whether we can kind of like get a really good injection in, and sometimes we can't get a good injection in and it just hurts. It is what it is. There was kind of a scary night that I did want to mention, just because like I said, like I had that subchorionic hematoma / hemorrhage, and where I am on these blood thinners, it's kind of like a balancing act. Like we don't want to thin the blood too much so we create a bigger bleed, but we also like need to make sure my blood is thin enough that like because of the peaked estrogen levels during pregnancy, I'm not getting a blood clot. So there was one night where Dame gave me my injection. We did the stomach site, and I hated this night. I hated this night. I ended up getting some really like sharp cramping, and I knew that something was wrong. Like I tried to just lay down and like breathe it out, but I knew something was wrong. Went to the washroom and I was bleeding, and it wasn't like a lot of blood, but it was like fresh blood, and it freaked me out. Like I barely slept that night. I was just not okay. I didn't like let myself like go into like the whole everything's bad, because I knew that like stress was the last thing the baby needed. So I kind of just made a plan, like, okay, we're gonna call my team in the morning, we're gonna tell them what's going on, and like we're gonna listen to whatever they say, and we're gonna do whatever they say. So I called my team in the morning, and I have such great doctors. They ended up saying like, okay, like we're gonna get you in today. I could talk to you over the phone about this, but like we're gonna get you in because we know that this is serious. I was about 12 weeks at that point, so it was pretty serious. So I went in that day and immediately heard baby's heartbeat, which was like, I like cried a little bit. So I was like, thank goodness, just thank goodness. That's all I really needed. So what we believe happened was the kind of blood thinner had actually like pushed the bleed out, and that was like the bleeding that was going on, because I didn't have any bleeding after that. So that was scary, and if I do have any further bleeding, we will need to talk about like maybe stopping the Fragmin. And I haven't had another bleed, which has been great. I actually went to my ultrasound and I was 13 weeks and 2 days, and that baby looked so good. Baby was like moving around, like touching his toes, or like a little yoga and everything. And of course it's like it's mom. It was stubborn, and as soon as like the ultrasound technician needed it to like actually move around, it just stopped. It was just kind of like, nope, good night, sleep. So I like went to sleep and just stopped moving for them. Like just snuggled up. It was, oh my gosh, it was actually really funny. Also during that ultrasound, we realized that the hemorrhage was gone, which was really great to see. Like, so like what we had theorized, like the bleed had actually like fully just gone out, and like there was no more bleed, and so far so good. I will take that. But yeah, it was really just like nice to see that like the little tadpole that I was growing had grown into like kind of a baby. It's so exciting. My 20-week ultrasound is going to be October 27th, so that's when we get to find out the sex of baby, and we're gonna find out and like make sure that everything is anatomically perfect and good. So far everything is anatomically like good, but like this will be like the kind of like final check that everything is good, and I'm very glad for that. So we're waiting on that. I will update y'all with that later, but again, that's at 20 weeks. I'm currently at 14 weeks and 5 days today. I'll do like a little belly update. It's like a little bump. We got like a little bump. I'm excited. I'm honestly really excited to pop. That's gonna be really fun. Symptoms wise, at the 14, like prior to the 14-week mark. I think that like my nausea kind of went away at around 13 weeks, which has been really, really good. Sick and tired of feeling sick and tired all the time. It just kind of like comes in waves sometimes. So like I find that when I get too tired, I'll feel a little sick. If my heart rate gets too high and like I'm getting like too like hot and sweaty, I'll get a little sick. It is what it is. And the only symptom that has really, really stuck around has been the tired and exhaustion. I am so excited for that to get out of here. I'd like some energy back because I'm so tired all the time. And one other symptom, my skin. My skin has just been like flaring. It was like when, honestly, like when I have my ulcerative colitis, because it's like very like clustered to just like my chin and jawline. It's very annoying. I'm starting to get a little bit of periodontal dermatitis like right there, which is just like a red inflammation there. It's not bumpy or anything, which is good. But yeah, I'll keep you updated on that because this has started getting better. And also back to exercising, which is really nice. It's been really like fulfilling knowing that the bleed's gone, knowing that I can kind of amp up my exercise a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. Yeah, it's been really exciting. Now I feel like I've been talking for too long. I feel like this video is going to be so long and I really don't want it to be too long. So if you guys have any questions, please just like let me know in the comments below. Feel free to DM me on Instagram. And yeah, we'll just kind of leave it there. I probably forgot a couple things, but honestly, like I said, the pregnancy brain buffering has started. It started last week and I'm just, I don't like it. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really supports my channel. I'll remember to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. We've got videos like pumping in all the time. I think that the next video will be a little camping trip, a little pregnancy camping trip. I'm very excited to go, honestly. I need to get into nature. But yeah, I really hope y'all have a good day. Remember to follow me on Instagram. I'm posting a lot there on my stories, just kind of like keeping like daily updates on my stories. Yeah, at livspriggs over there, and also over on TikTok. I don't post there as much, so I kind of do like my little candids over there at livspriggs as well. And yeah, I hope you liked this. I hope it was a little bit informative. I know it was kind of like chaotic, but the first pregnancy, oh my gosh, the first trimester has been chaotic, so it kind of suits it. I think it kind of suits it. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.